your like what I can say from your introduction. So I want to be into the MDG technical or the functional. So I want to see I'm getting that clarity. Okay, but let me give some intro on that one. Intro means see what exactly SAP MDG is. Okay, so SAP MDG master data governance. Okay, so where we will be it's not just about the maintaining some master data, it's about the governance also. Governance means like we will be ensuring the data quality of that data, I mean that master data, or we will be having the proper roles and responsibilities for each and every participant in that particular master data who are part of that master data. Okay, so if at all if you are trying to create, okay, so most of the people are worked on the operations. Okay, so you will be getting some request from the business saying that I want to have this particular material to be created. They will be filling some form or Excel form or some submitting some form. You will be going into MM01 and try to create such that material in your system, SAP system. If the business is already using an SAP ECC or S4 system. So you create based on the command what we had or received in the mail or in some form kind of thing, where the respective approvals or whatever the discussions that happened at the back end, that is already done. Just you are trying to enter the data into the system. Okay, trying to create some material. But what happens with the governance is we are detaching that background process and we are bringing that background process. Okay, just it's not about the entering the creating the data using MM01, but bringing that complete audit trial means roles and responsibility. Who had requested that, who had approved that one, who had made the validated that data, is the validated data is perfect or not, if it is meeting the standards, or there are any automated rules kind of thing that are enabled on this one. So entire this schema is being handled or brought into the SAP MDG landscape. Okay, so that's where like what I can say, it's the data that we are entering into the system at the time of source itself, at the time of source, at the time of creation, at the time of entry itself. It should be in such a perfect state so that we will the business will take the informed decisions. Informed decisions means like, see, it's not just about the decisions, but imagine that you're having some duplicate materials or duplicate customers or vendors. The relevant transactions dependent on that particular master data will be affecting. Okay, so that's the consequences or the side effects of that wrong data or not the proper data kind of thing. So with MDG, what happens is everything comes into the single system. So whatever the data that we are entering into our landscape, that will be entered through MDG itself. Even though they are having the transaction systems, it can be core or the hub. That's too much depth kind of thing at this moment, but it should be entered through a medium of MDG. So it adds value. Okay, so what happens whenever the clients are moving? Okay, so 2027 is the deadline for moving from ECC to the S4. So right till this point, like 30 or 45 percentage clients, okay, are into this phase, like not completed, I can say, maybe in the process of moving or migrating to the S4. Okay, S4 migrations are happening. So in this moment, so SAP is also suggesting to go with the SAP MDG like kind of box, so that you will be having the master data system separated. So and it will be having the more governance flexibilities. It's not just about the governance flexibilities, it's about the what I can say better audit trials, better authenticity, who had changed, when they had changed, what they had changed, this kind of features. And another things are the something like a we are having the migrations kind of thing, small acquisitions or migrations. At that time, like we can use the consolidation and mass processing, which is a integral part of the SAP itself. Okay, SAP MDG solution itself. Okay, consolidation and the mass processing. And one more thing, important feature what we are having in SAP MDG is data quality management. So we are having, imagine we had migrated to the SAP MDG, well and fine, and you see in future there is some junk data that is being entered due to some XYZ reasons, because we had, imagine we had not deployed proper rules or business rules or something. So this DQM gives that flexibility to the business. there is this, the health of the data is not up to the mark, so you need to have the improvement of this one based on these conditions, based on these rules kind of thing. It's not about the just entering at the time of entry also, but at the time of like running also we can maintain the master data. Maintain means we can correct the master data. So that's a perfect I can say inline process for the SAP MDG I can say. And one more thing is replication. The replication is the real time, and where we can have it replicated to the SAP systems or non-SAP systems also. That is very well supported because they use the SOA or the web service kind of thing. Okay, this is about a quick intro of the MDG what I am giving over here. Okay, but why? Uh, but how does you categorize SAP MDG into the functional or the technical? I want to handle this particular question over here. Okay, so many people having a question might be having a question whether I will be fitting into the technical area or the functional area and or the techno functional area. What's the difference between these two? Okay, so see, if at all if somebody speaks about the SAP MM, they will say SAP MM. No, they will not say, oh, I'm SAP MM technical, or they will not say SAP MM functional kind of. They will not say that. If somebody says I'm SAP SD consultant, that's it. It's a functional only. They are having the very clear cut distinction over there. Okay, there is no technical or the functional kind of thing for the, for example, SAP FICO, SAP SD, MM, or CRM, SM. This kind of modules are there. Okay, where the distinction of the functional is very clear. Okay, but in SAP world, there are few more modules where you can't distinguish that particular module based on the technical or the functional. Okay, it's very, I mean, if at all, if somebody you ask, okay, SAP EWM, extended warehouse management, over there they'll be saying EWM functional, EWM technical. The same way how you are seeing it for the SAP MDG, right? MDG technical, MDG functional, MDG techno functional. The same way there are few modules, okay, in SAP where you can like pinpoint or pick like one in a 10 kind of thing, where you you need to clearly distinguish it's a technical, functional, or techno functional kind of thing. Why? Okay, so here in MDG, what happens is the functional can't be existing without the technical insights. Technical can't be existing without the functional insights. Okay, and MDG is a perfect line and emulsion of that particular technical and the functional. So everywhere there is a dependency. Dependency means simple. I will tell you one thing. Okay, let me bring take one small topic. Okay, process modeling is there. There is one topic called as a process modeling. Process modeling is nothing but a, so whenever there is some master data that is getting created in a SAP MDG, it will go through, it will go through with the change request process. What we'll be calling it as a change request process. Okay, change request process. So if any of the material, it's I can say like a incident number, or it can be token number kind of thing. Okay, because you initiated some request for the creation of a master data. Okay, it needs to go with the multiple approvers. Multiple approvers means I can say 1 second, let me get into the my robot so that I can explain it better. Just give me a moment please. Okay, let me take this small example over here. Okay, so imagine I'm going to create a material. Okay, so which is the initiation or the request will be done by the business user or the end user. Okay, so what they will be creating, they will be creating one request id, okay, which we will be calling as a change request, and it is going for the immediate supervisor for the approver, logistics manager or logistics enricher for the approver. Like the same way, there are multiple steps of the approvers in this particular process: one, two, three, four, five. Apart from the requester, okay, who is requesting this one, there are five steps of the different approvers in the flow kind of. After that, if everybody had approved this one, it will be going for the activation. Okay, so now why I picked up this process modeling, just to explain this one. Okay, so over here, in order to configure this flow over here, okay, so if it is a straightforward flow, functional can configure this one. Okay, functional means who don't have the coding knowledge can configure this using the BA rule based workflow, they can configure this one. But let me pull out one small scenario over here. Okay, one small scenario. Hey, here business user or the end user is there, right? It's fine. Immediate supervisor is there. Okay, I'm having almost like, let's imagine we are having almost like 100 end users in one particular plant or manufacturing facility or the plant they are working. 100 end users or business users who are having the request or the authorization to raise a request for the new material, and all 100 is not having the same supervisor. So based on the requester, the supervisor is changing. Based on this requester, okay, based on the user, his or her supervisor is different. It's not fixed kind of thing. So step is common, but to which supervisor it needs to go, that is not fixed. So we can't hard code it in the rule based workflows, we can't define it. So we need to have the body implementation for this one. Okay, so bad implementation in order to determine who is the supervisor for this particular user who had requested this one. That supervisor only should be receiving that request for the approval. So here dynamically we need to write some logic. Okay, we need to get that user matrix kind of thing. Some table or something will be present in the backend, that is SAP tables, database tables. From there we need to pick some relation kind of thing. Okay, if requester is Kumar, okay, so and so xyz person is his supervisor, so I need to send to the only the xyz supervisor. So there is some matrix, I need to frame up that one, I need to write select, I need to map it, I need to do these operations. So in this between, if at all, if I need to do this operation, what I need to do, where, to whom I need to dependent on. So I need to implement some baddie. Okay, SAP MDG had provided some provision for us, implement a baddie in such a case kind of thing. Okay, so I need to implement a dynamic agent body. In order to implement a dynamic agent body, again, the functional consultant now needs to rely on the technical consultant. Okay, so now let's see the version from the technical consultant point of view. For a technical consultant, in order to do this one, okay, he or she needs to understand the flow of this, how this rule based workflow will be functioning. Okay, in order to write that code. So definitely the technical person needs to know how to configure this rule based workflow, then only they can, okay, effectively write that code over here. Okay, so here interdependent. But if at all, if you are asking me, if technical person is having the complete knowledge of how to configure this flow, so there is no need of the functional consultant, you may be getting it out. Okay, but I will say something. So whoever good at the like functional area, that taking the requirements from the business, okay, that's a pivotal task, correct? Okay, while you are trying to question to the business, okay, so what's your existing process, okay, how you want to turn it out in the workflow in future. Okay, so taking that requirement or the grabbing that requirement and presenting in the technically feasible or technically understandable format is the crucial role for the functional consultant. Okay, but functional consultant should be knowing that what is the limitation of the low code no code without having any code, what is the extent, till which extent we can go, what is the hard stop kind of thing. That are the points. If somebody is seeking to have the MDG functional side, they need to know that kind of hard stops. Okay, so this is how I can distinguish. And coming to the demand or the priority in the market, who leads the whether it's a technical or the functional, who leads this particular one, I can say that, see, functionals are having the peculiar what I can say advantage of grabbing the requirement from the business and presenting in the technical or the functional understandable format kind of thing, or blueprint or the designing format, and technical having the ability to make that particular requirement work. Okay, first priority I can give it to the technical, and after that I can give it to the, sorry, first priority I can give it to the functional SAP MDG functional consultant, and after that technical. Okay, so I can't distinguish like they are much superior kind of thing, but it's equally kind of thing, but just that 1% edge will be there, right? Okay, for the functionals I can say that that edge will be going to the functional side, because they are the face, they are the client, they are the client facing people. Okay, so they will be having that edge, of course, like every module. So you must be worked in multiple projects. Okay, so most of the people, okay, how many of see Bharat, okay, you worked as a ABAP. Okay, so do you get a chance to interact with the business? Not much. Mostly you will be interacting with the functionals, and in very rare case, one in a hundred or one in a 50 will get a chance to interact with the business directly for a technical person. But whereas, okay, uh, Mangesh, okay, so you are having 3 years of experience, or Kevin or Prabhu, you must have got that opportunity to interact with the client or the business very very early when compared to the abapus, what I can say. Or you can have that comparison in your project also, whether abapus or somebody who is working under the back end, okay, who is working in the background will be having more opportunity, or you. So always that edge will be little bit of percentage edge will be having on the functional side. Okay, these two are fine. So if one person possesses a techno-functional knowledge, SAP MDG techno-functional knowledge, okay, I can say I can point them more superior than technical or the functional people, SAP MDG functional or SAP MDG technical. Okay, above this one, whom I can keep is SAP MDG techno-functional consultants, because this is the reason why I'm saying that they lead the market, or they need lead the this particular space of the SAP MDG are the techno functional consultants. Okay, how that percentage of the technical and the functional getting distributed, that's a secondary thing, but they need to know what are the capabilities of technically you can achieve, what are the hard stops you can where the hard stop or dot for the functional. Okay, that is important, because just now I stated this example, right? So where immediate supervisor is not dynamically determined, it's not a predefined kind of thing. If we are having in a plant, we are having 100 or 500 end users, so 500 end users might be having the 100 supervisors, okay, 100 different supervisors. So it's a very dynamic in nature, so where we need to have this some technical knowledge or technique, at least you should be in a situation to know functionally this can't be achieved by without writing a code. At least I need to go to the technical person to have this functionality implemented, at least one in a situation to know about that one. I can say I can treat them also as a techno functionals, because excuse me, because always techno functional doesn't mean you need to grab the requirement and at the same time you need to write the code also, not like that. Okay, there may be some misconception in the market or in the naturally when you are speaking with so many people. Okay, but that's not the case. Techno functional means they should know what functionally can be achieved, what can't be achieved technically, till which point we can go, what is the extreme situation or the requirement we can take it, can be handled technically, or at least they should be in a situation to know that one, so that the developers or the abappers will be working on that one. Okay, so Varun, let me go through before going through this sheet. Okay, anybody having any questions, maybe any doubt?
No.
perfect. Thanks for confirming. Okay, so this is a slide kind of thing, okay, where the what are the different types of topics, what are the all the topics this particular MDG course will be covering up kind of thing. So my course is always designed for the techno functional only. Techno functional means I will not separate the functional or the technical separately kind of thing. SAP MDG, usually what I feel is it's techno functional. Okay, so if you are not interested in writing the code, ABAP code, well and fine, but need to know why we need to go for a coding over there. At least you should be knowing that one. Okay, you no need to know how to use a tool, but you need to know like why it is, why that should be used. You need to no need to practically use it. Okay, but at least you should be in a situation like, oh, this tool is being for used for so and so purpose, so that you'll be saying like, for this particular requirement I don't want to use this particular feature or particular tool kind of thing. You should be in a such a situation. So that's the reason always I categorize my particular course curriculum or course contents on the technical and functional kind of thing. It's end to end kind of thing. I will not distinguish technical functional separately kind of thing, because never I had a technical course separately, functional course separately kind of thing, nothing like that. Okay, it's MDG techno functional. So but if somebody is not interested in the technical things, okay, so how? So at the start of every class, okay, I will be saying today it's a ABAP related a artifact that we are going to discuss. So I'll be explaining about that particular business scenario or the situation requirement kind of thing, how we are going to handle this one. See, if at all if I'm trying to write some baddie, okay, dynamic agent baddie, it's not something like randomly we go and write, right? We will be having some story behind that one. Okay, usually under which circumstances we will be getting such a kind of requirements where we need to go over there. So this is important. Okay, writing a ABAP code, okay, or not writing a ABAP code, that is a different story. But the point is how to handle that scenario, how to handle that requirement, what are the multiple ways of handling that requirement. That's where I would be like to have the focus, who are not seeking on the technical part but who are seeking on the technical as well as the techno functional kind of thing. I would say you need to cover that particular parts also, whatever I'm trying to deliver in the course. Okay, and this all are the topics kind of thing. Okay, so just the same thing, like little bit in depth, like I mentioned, what I am going to cover as a part of process modeling, what are the different what I can say baddies that we are going to implement. So every hands-on demonstration that I am going to say, deliver in the live session, that will be scenario based only. Without a scenario I will not go. Okay, always it's a business scenario first, then only I will be going inside the like particular demonstration. Okay, my sessions are mostly what I can say demonstrated driven kind of thing. It's not the like I'm not too much of PPT person kind of thing, but always I trust on the process of the whiteboard. Okay, so it will be whiteboard kind of approach. Okay, whiteboard means like you'll be finding having my tools and writing on this particular one, or I'll be going with the whiteboard approach. Okay, like this is from the previous things, or it will be system demonstrated approach kind of thing. Okay, mostly this is what you can uh, assume or consider my way of teaching. So my scenarios are completely from my project experiences from the different clients. Okay, I pick up the every demonstration, every scenario which I personally done, or which are the problem statement what I faced in a projects, in delivering the projects. Okay, at that time I hand pick few of the scenarios. Okay, and I will try to demonstrate that one, and I will be sharing this particular sheet also with you, so that this is the what I can say, what are the topics that we are going to cover. Okay, entire this course duration. Okay, and coming to the course duration, it will be like it will be coming around 55 plus kind of thing, 55 plus hours. Okay, and one more thing is, so entire all the sessions recordings will be available on the Google Classroom. Okay, recordings or the assignments, what I can say, or if there is any code snippets I need to present, or do I need to post, everything will be presented over here itself. And one more thing is, if at all, if there is any new topic being added into the schedule or new scenario kind of thing, I'll be trying to upload to the older sessions videos also. Okay, it's not just about the current batch kind of thing. So they might be not be having the access to the live classroom, but I'll be adding to their classrooms over here. Okay, so PPTs or recordings, okay, materials, everything will be posted onto the Google Classroom. So you will be having the usual links over here. Okay, so where you will be having a access to your mail ID. So only those people can able to hear, listen on this here. Okay, and coming to the whiteboard, I will be using the Miro board over here. Okay, and PPTs also are there, but only when the things are like to be explained on the PPT level only I will be going, or the introductions part I will be going on the PPT, and demonstrations it's again the SAP system. So practically coding also I'll be writing personally in the class itself. Okay, that's the reason my sessions are a little bit lengthy kind of thing when it comes to the technical things, because I'll be going step by step, like syntax, writing the syntaxes and everything by in the session itself. So in order to get that grasp kind of thing. Okay, so if somebody is from the non-technical, they should be feeling, oh, it's comfortable, it's easy to write kind of thing. If at all, if I'm just copy pasting, it's just another like normal Google search kind of thing. Okay, so I will not go much into that one. Okay, and coming to this one. Okay, so before again I'm asking if there are any questions, just like I'm happy to answer that one before just having some walkthrough of this sheet.
Sir, uh,
Yeah.
I'm Prabhu. So actually, uh, so whenever we are studying this training, now, so you will be like teaching both functional and technical in the same time when it comes to the topic wise, right? Sir, like how
Yes,
the
yes.
what is the Mhm.
Yes, see, I will not distinguish technical functional separately. Okay, so MDG means it's combined, technical and the functional, everything is combined. Okay, from in my things, in my, see, that's what I'm saying. If at all,
Okay.
if I'm saying I'm trying to create a workflow. Okay, so workflow, it seems to be maybe seems to be like a functional topic, like configuration kind of thing, low code no code without any coding. But if at all, if you want to have the dynamic agent body implemented, or rule service body implemented, or any validation body implemented for the business rules, so again you need to have the technical, I mean that's a technical topic again. So if you are, if one is not interested in technical, also need to know, okay, need to know, oh,
Hmm.
this is where, for this kind of requirement, this is where I need to take this, seek the, at least seek the technical help, right?
Right, sir. Yes, yes. Hmm.
Exactly, that's what, see, like all the, see, what I, how I can say, how to attend this problem. Okay, do's and don'ts kind of thing. Okay, this is the way I can achieve this one. Using this way, it is not able to, we are unable to achieve that, because based on that only you need to give the timelines and everything to in your projects, right? If somebody is saying, I want to have some validation message populated on the screen whenever I'm trying to create some material or the customer. Okay, so using BRF plus validation, we can try to create it in within 5 minutes. Okay, that's a 5 to 10 minutes task. It's just straightforward. But if that particular logic, okay, in order to have that message populated, if that there is a lot of logic behind that one, means I need to have some tables data pulled up, I need to have the RFC call to some other system and try to bring up some data. So there is some logic behind that one. So I need to know, oh, using BRF plus I can't achieve this one, I need to go for a baddie validation over here. At least you should be in a situation of knowing that one. That's what my
Yeah, yeah.
intent is.
Whom to exactly we connect and what is the
Exactly.
issues like that? Okay.
Exactly. But if
Okay.
at all, if somebody is saying, I'm equally interested in learning technical things also, that's a very welcome and what I can say appreciated thing, because eventually everybody will be ending up, MDG consultants will be ending up in the MDG techno functional consultants only. You might be starting as a technical or the functional, doesn't matter. Over a period of time, you will be definitely ended as a techno functional only. That is a final stop, I can say that.
Okay, got it. Thanks, thanks.
Okay, no problem. Any other participant having any question?
Hi, Kumar. Sachin here.
Yeah, Sachin, please do.
So, Kumar, in future, are you take any session for the technical like ABAP regarding because earlier you said like some validation or the workflow configuration or UI modeling not possible through the VRA plus. Okay,
Mhm,
so at that time we need a body. Okay, so every time we will use the standard body and rewrite that code, or we need to start code from the scratch. Like that is my question.
So
As,
baddie is something like an enhancement spot, okay, which SAP had provided to
Mhm.
you. Okay, so we will be writing the
Okay.
logic inside that one. Okay, so we will be creating an implementation,
Okay.
baddie implementations for that, and write over there. And coming to the point, in this particular session, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm going to cover that one, right?
Okay.
Okay, so see, technical plus functional. That's what I'm saying. Okay, if there is a
Mhm.
baddie I need to go with, so while writing that baddie, I will be saying, okay, this is for these situations I need to go for a baddie, and I will be writing that baddie
Okay.
and the code over there. So that will be completely covered in the course. I can say that. Yeah.
Okay, Kumar. Got it.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. So now let me get into this Excel. Okay. So Varun, yeah, Varun, you mentioned that you are into the SAP ISU ABAP, like that's your expertise area kind of thing, and you want to get into the SAP MDG technical. Okay, for you, I can say MDG technical is very easy like spot or the way to enter into the SAP MDG world. Okay, so but
Nothing from my side.
yeah, hello. Sorry, somebody. Okay, so let me back over here. Okay, so you are intended or you are expecting that you will be entering into the SAP MDG technical area, right? So I would say for your experience and your like the more than a decade of experience into the SAP, I would say just you should not be focusing on the technical. You should be focusing on the techno functional. Okay, because technical for you is a very easy path where you can just emerge into the SAP MDG area also, because coming to the ABAP, it's very easy for you. Again, you are doing it for the very long years, right? So you need to focus on the techno functional. Okay, uh, it's not the technical area, it's a techno functional area that suits you, because you can look yourself into the lead consultants or the maybe, if at all, if you are going into the solution architecture or the principal architecture kind of thing, so that will be helping you. I would be saying like advising you on the techno functional, focus on the techno functional part. Okay, and coming to the Prabhu. Okay. So Prabhu, like you are having the SAP related experience kind of thing, okay, and you are having the like SAP MDG implementation. It's not the end user kind of experience what you are having. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
the first easy path to enter into the SAP MDG world for you. Okay, see, I'm saying I'm not
Mm-hmm.
keeping a hard stop for you. You should not exploring the technical things, but for you to just step to understand the things and get into the things, I would say like MDG, sorry, functional. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So actually, I learned SAP but I don't have any experience in SAP But so once I learned SAP few years, 3 years back, so I couldn't get any consultant role. So that
Mhm.
I joined and I'm working as a MDM, like end user only.
Fine, that is fine,
Yes,
that is
yes, yes.
fine, Prabhu, because
Yeah, yeah,
see,
yeah.
what I mean is, because you are having some SAP briefing or the knowledge over here on the functional side. Okay,
Yes.
okay, so that's the reason I'm saying, so functional will be the very easiest path for you to
Correct,
get
correct.
started and get that grip of the SAP MDG. After that, eventually again, Okay, I'm saying every technical or the functional should be eventually turned out to be techno functional only. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
everybody will be again leaded to this particular role only. Okay, MDG techno functional, but to have that first steps kind of thing. Okay,
Yes, yes.
so I would say first focus on the functional kind of thing, so that you will slowly emerge yourself into the technical side also. But the
Okay.
point is you should not be having any aversion towards the coding kind of thing, that I would be saying. So most of the people I see in the industry, or technical is little bit boring kind of thing. I mean, it's they feel that. Okay, but that's all a
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. One can focus and one can emerge on that thing. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And uh, yeah, thanks for. And coming to Kishore, you're into the SAP MDM end user part, right? So again I will be saying, so MDG functional, that can be your first my I can say milestone. After that, again technical part kind of thing. Okay, so you can turn yourself into the MDG functional very quickly. Okay, for the transitioning or for the switching kind of thing, that would be, I can say that. And coming to the Bharat, okay, for you, okay, so Bharat, you are onto the SAP ABAP, okay, which is you're having a 2 years of experience, which is very very great, what I can say, spot in your career kind of thing. Because the point is, there is right now in the market for the junior resources, there is a lot of gap for the technical resources. Okay, MDG technical, especially I'm speaking MDG technical. So people are trying to pull out the ABAPers who are very good at the ABAP and trying to convert them into the MDG technical consultants by giving some
Okay.
upskilling or something. Okay, so you're in the very very, I can say, sweet spot kind of thing, or the perfect place kind of thing. Okay, so first you focus on the MDG technical. Okay, MDG technical as well as the functional. Okay, so what I can say, technical technical should be 70 percentage, functional should be 30 percentage. Okay, whereas for
Okay.
yeah, yeah, this is for you. Whereas for Kishore and Prabhu, okay, if at all, if I'm categorizing your, okay, functional should be 70, technical should be 30. Okay, so this is how I can say categorize. You can see your profile for the initial level. Okay, okay, so 70 to 80 are the functional, and 20 to 30 is the technical things. That's how you need to categorize your weightage of your profile. Eventually you should be in a situation of like, what I can say, technical 50, functional 50. This is how you need to see over here. Okay, yeah. And coming to Sachin, okay, Sachin, you're onto the SAP MDM. So what I can say is, okay, so here the same thing. Okay, so you are looking for the techno functional. Basically you want to see yourself as a techno functional, right? So that's a perfect thing kind of thing. Okay, again I would be suggesting, okay, functional, concentrate on the 70 and technical 30 initially. Okay, eventually you can move it to the increase the technical to 30 to 40 kind of thing. Okay, so what is this 30 to
Okay.
40 percentage? What I am saying is, see, first identifying what can be achieved technically, that's I can say 10% kind of thing. Okay, so how to,
Hmm.
and next stage is how to debug what they had written, what others had written the code. Try to understand that code,
Okay.
debug that code. That's another 10% I can give. And third thing is, try to start trying writing the code by yourself. That I can say 30 percentage kind of thing. At least the basic code kind of thing. Okay, or making this
Okay.
small bug fixes kind of thing. Okay, maybe if there is a complex code kind of thing, okay, that you can seek from the code technical help kind of thing. But identifying some debugging or identifying the bug fixes kind of thing, that adds the advantage. Okay.
Okay.
And Suraj, for you, you're on the supply chain and the operations and the end user, right? So yours, you determining to get into the functional, techno functional, that is perfectly fine. But first focus on the functional side. Okay, functional side means understanding the MDG landscape means, okay, so how to configure the workflows and all those. In that process, again I can say, you will be having the technical elevated knowledge also over here. Okay, I can say the same kind of weightages you can take it into consideration. But If it somebody who is not from the technical background, they may be feeling little bit technical things are little bit complex kind of thing, but if at all, if you are driven by the passion and strong commitment kind of thing, that is not a rocket science. That's very easy to learn. Okay, only thing is you should be having that commitment and the confidence that I can learn kind of thing, and of course little bit of homework and the efforts also. It's not just about the session kind of thing, it's a practice. Technicals always a practice. How much you practice, that much of proficiency or grip you will be getting on the coding. And nowadays with this AI and everything, chat gpt or gemini, this AI tools kind of thing, it's not that complex. If somebody is focusing little bit, okay, little bit of efforts, okay, more efforts, it is very easy to conquer that technical grip kind of. Okay. And coming to the Mangesh and Kevin, okay, so I can say for you both also, okay, this kind of weightages I would be suggesting. Okay, this kind of weightages. Okay, so Kevin, like you may be looking into getting into the MDG functional. Okay, so if at all, if you are strongly want to go into the MDG functional side kind of thing, that's well and fine. Okay, so but I would say try to look into the technical area also. Okay, because at least you should be knowing that differences. Okay, so I can say this similar kind of weightages. Somebody, if somebody is not confident enough to write the code or something, at least you should be in a situation of debug the code, understand if there is any code written over here, if there is any code written over here, how to look at that, or if at all, forget about the coding. Okay, I will tell you one more thing. Okay, for the functional, okay, who want to get into the functional side. Okay, you're trying to extend some standard data model to the custom fields or the custom attributes based on the business requirements. So you need to create some data elements, domains kind of thing, tables kind of structures kind of thing. Okay, these all are the technicals. Okay, these are the technical stuff. At least the functionals. Okay, whether forget about these percentages, even a core functional also need to know about that one. That's a technical, but they need to know. Okay, so that's what I
Okay,
can say.
Kumar.
Yeah.
Kumar, and then one thing, I'm a MM consultant. So after
Mm,
completing the MDG,
mm,
how to project myself? The people are expecting the experienced guys. Okay, but I have completed the training only. So I'm as a fresher in MDG, right? So how can I project myself? Whether um, I put my profile as experienced in uh, um, like
MDG. Got it.
yeah, replace the experience with MDG.
Yes. Okay. I got your point. Okay. So if at
Yeah.
all, if you're keeping the complete fresher in the MDG, that is a very tough point for you to get into the system or the industry kind of thing. Okay. So what I can say is based on your, like what I can say, you're skilling up or you're learning how much content you learn. Based on that, you can distribute this 5 years into MM and the MDG kind of thing. So you can mention that I started as a MM consultant. Eventually, got merged into the MDG. So in MDG, I'm having one implementation project experience or the one support and enhancement kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. Based on your grabbing of the things or how much hands-on you had done, based on that, you need to project that. Okay.
Okay.
No too much of false projection over here. The point is, if at all, see, I will tell you something. Okay. If at all, if you are able to create something from the very scratch during the hands-on, okay, and you are having a confidence that I can create, so you can say I'm having one implementation experience kind of thing. Okay, or if at all, if you are not that confident or you are getting so many of errors kind of thing, you can say I worked on the enhancement and the support project of the SAP MDG. I'm looking for more challenging roles kind of thing. Okay, that's where we can
Okay.
distribute that. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Thanks. Thanks.
Mm, any other question? Hi David, I see you join. Like did you give your introduction?
No, I didn't get. Sorry, I joined late.
Okay, David, no,
Uh,
no problem. Just that's what David just I'm discussing about the participants like who are joined, what's their past experience kind of thing. If at all, if you could able to quickly give some intro, that would be really
Yeah, sure. I've been working in the supply chain for around 16 years. I just started with SAP since 2019, and I have been working in different modules. The main one is production planning, but I also have experience in materials management and plant maintenance.
okay. Okay, so David, like what you are expecting or seeking from this particular SAP MDG, this particular course.
I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I think this is related to the master data governance of how we can mass upload master data, how we can change it.
Okay,
I would like to acquire that experience.
okay, you are concentrated a little bit more specific on the consolidation and mass processing areas.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect, got it. Like maybe at which point you joined, I'm not sure, but like there is a recording available for this intro kind of thing. Your organizers will be sharing with you. Okay, but
Yeah.
meanwhile, if at all if you are having any question, you can feel free to raise that question right now. I'm happy to help on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody having any question or any doubt? Okay, maybe it can be specific to these things what we are discussing, or maybe you're having some question mark kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sir, actually, Prabhu here. So, once we learn this like functional MDG, right?
Mm.
So, how we can get the opportunity outside, sir? Like, how many months that this training will take, and uh, about
Okay.
the previous batch, who has got the job, like how the people will get job, the timings
Okay.
and all those things. Yes.
Got it, Prabhu. Okay, see, as of now, like this current batch, whether it going to be the weekend or the weekday batch, that is not yet decided. Maybe I will be discussing that with the organizers once. Okay, that the organizers will be sharing that information. Okay, and coming to the 55 hours I mentioned, right? If at all, ideally, if it is a weekend batch, okay, weekend batch means that is Saturday and Sunday. Okay, if it is happening on Saturday, every Saturday and Sunday, you can expect like 3 to 4 months for this batch to be completed. And definitely even though I'm pointing that hours as 55 hours, sometimes it will be going to 65 also, based on the kind of like questionnaires I will be getting on the technical things kind of thing, and
Mhm.
the kind of extensions over there. I don't have any hard and stop kind of thing. I should not be extending beyond 55 kind of thing. You can ideally, if it is a weekend batch, you can treat it like 3 to 4 months. Okay, within 4 months it will be completed. Okay, and coming to the point, okay, so how you are going to get the opportunities outside? Okay, as I mentioned,
Mhm.
so like I think Kevin had asked this question, right? So how to distinguish the profile? Okay, so the same
Mhm.
thing. Okay, I will be saying based on your confidence how well you grabbed things. So you need to little bit be agile over there, exposing your profile in such a manner that so that you will be getting attracting some hits to your profile. And coming
Okay.
to the what's the support that I am going to provide from my end, okay, on your interview preparation or on the profile building kind of thing. Okay, see,
Okay.
in this particular course duration, the kind of questionnaires or the kind of questions or the responses that I will be getting from you, I will be getting the momentum of or the tempo of your strong area. I can grab that one, right? So if at all if I'm trying to pose some questions or something during the like sessions kind of thing, the based on the responses I can say, oh, you're having very strong area into this process modeling chapter, you're not very confident on the UI modeling. This kind of I can sense that basically the what I can say behavioral or what I can say the expertise kind of thing. Okay, based on that thing, okay, I can suggest you in the resume fine tuning. Okay, in the resume fine tuning. So how you need to keep that resume building. Okay, most probably I can say this one, I can use this statement. If you need some help in the resume building, I will be helping on that thing. And one more thing is, once we are 80% or 75% completion of the course, on request basis, okay, if someone want to have the mock interview kind of thing, I'll be trying to establish that mock interview, and I will try to provide the report, detailed report, where you need to improve, where exactly you're showing strength or not, that kind of thing. That report will be provided to you individually. And
Okay.
the point is, mostly that interview will not be taken by me. Okay, it will be taken by somebody from my team, okay, who is an
Okay.
MDG expert, so that you'll be having the different kind of view. Okay, so they will be having a different kind of view, they will treat you like a somebody they know, so that the kind of questions they ask and the kind of responses you give, that will be the honest kind of thing. Okay,
Okay.
so this is what I can say. And coming to the market wise, I can say it's very good. Okay, you can just try to
Mhm.
do some experiment. To everybody I will say, like, whenever I start the new batch, okay, if somebody is having a doubt like how's the opportunities, just try to go to the LinkedIn, try to search SAP MDG, and how many jobs posted in 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month kind of thing. Try to compare with the other modules, which modules you are working on, try to see the kind of expansion it is having. So that research you can do it. Okay, and if at all, if you are still keen in interesting in doing some more research, do one thing. In Naukri, go and keep that immediately joining SAP MDG functional consultant. Okay, try to see how many responses, how many hits you are getting. So that's it. Just the very raw kind of research you can do by yourself. Yeah.
Okay. So by daily batches, are you handling regular batches or daily or only
Daily,
weekends?
daily
Mm.
as of now not, but I'm thinking right now for the daily, not daily. Okay, also I missed to state this point, right? Sorry. Okay, if
Mm.
it is a weekend, I mentioned 3 to 4 months, right? Okay, so if at all, if I'm taking something like a 4 days a week, okay, 4 days a week, not 7 by 7 days, but if at all, if
Okay.
I'm taking 4 days a week, I can complete it in the 2.5 months also. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm looking for that weekly 4-day classes. Okay. So yeah, yeah.
I'm
Let
not sure,
me
Prabhu,
check.
on
Yeah.
that thing, because it's based on the
Mm.
number of enrollments I get into. Based on that,
Mm-hmm.
I will be deciding on that thing, because I want to have
Okay.
the like batches to be with the good strength, so that the kind of questioners that I will be getting will be more, and you also will be, everybody will be getting more advantage out of that one. Yeah.
Correct, sir. Correct. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, any other participant having any question?
So as of now, the course is scheduled for only weekends, right? In 7 a.m. IST.
Yes.
Sorry, 7 p.m. IST.
7 p.m. IST. No. This is just for this particular demonstration or the introduction. Just I had scheduled this one. Okay, course timings, admin organizers will be sharing with you, David. Like, maybe they will be contacting you before we finalize on that timing. Okay, it's just for
Oh,
the
okay,
demo
okay.
purpose. This time is scheduled. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes, Sachin.
Hi, Kumar. So I have one question. Like here, can we cover the real-time replication scenario, because the demo chapter has some limitation as per my knowledge. Okay, so
Yes.
what will be?
Uh, Replications, see, even though we are trying the replication, it will be in the failed status, because we will not be having the receiving system in place. Okay, so as it's a the
Correct,
demo
correct.
or the practice systems, right? So what we can do is,
Mhm.
what I will be showing in the sessions is practically is, we'll be configuring the data. Sachin, can you go on mute? Like, when you want to speak, you can again unmute, please. Okay, let me answer this question, Sachin. So ideally, we will not be having two systems to have that real-time replication to be we create the material, it gets replicated to the transactional or the target system. That facility will not be available, but this is for the testing part. But coming to the configuration or the creation and all those things, so that's still achievable. Okay, so whether we need to do the data replication framework, okay, the every configuration, every every, what I can say, every step that we need to perform in the data replication framework we will be performing, and we will be trying to create a like idoc or this web service also. But what happens to the web service? It can't receive to the target system because target system is not existing, so it will be present in the failed status. But replication, everything we can do it practically, but testing and that endpoint testing might not be possible. Yeah, but it will be in the failed status. The IDOC or the SOA will be in the failed status.
So could you please in the session you will let us know what error is coming over the replication process or change request or the workflows? Okay, because I attend one or two interview regarding MDG, and interviewer asking about, mostly asking about the errors, okay, which you face
Okay,
while performing the change requests or validations or workflow or replication. Okay,
correct.
so
Got it, Sachin. See, as
mhm.
again I am saying, we are going to in the demonstration I'm going trying to do this some scenarios requirements practically, right? So definitely you can because it's a practice servers, practice systems. Okay, if at all if I'm trying to do, somebody must have done something at the back end. Okay, so it will be detached, so we need to troubleshoot, we'll be getting the errors. So be prepared. I mean, if at all if we are not getting the errors, I will try to manipulate little bit to get that error so that we can solve it. Okay, sometimes it's not that easy to recreate some errors kind of thing. In that case I will be going with the explanation kind of thing. Okay, so with this kind of error, what you need to do, where you need to look at, okay, how to resolve this one, whether it's a workflow. Okay, for example, workflow is not routing properly, so where we need to go and check at the back end where exactly the point issue is, how to identify that kind of issues. That kind of troubleshootings are always part of the course only. Okay, it's not a separate chapter, it comes on the flow, I can say that. And how to try to troubleshoot and fix that one. Okay, some under some situations, if at all if we don't have the user agent decision table filled in the baddies, okay, what kind of errors we'll be getting in the workflow routine. Or if at all if we are not having the proper synchronous call or the synchronous method being configured in the non user agent. Okay, so what kind of issues will be getting? So this kind of all troubleshooting will be part of the course only. Yeah, because that's inbuilt kind of thing, I'm not explicitly calling out for that one. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and in this course, you are covering the implementation scenario, right? So, uh,
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yes,
okay,
if at all,
so that's
if
it
we are
from my
working
end.
on some
Mhm.
process modeling, I am going to
Mhm.
start from the scratch. Okay, start from the CR
Okay.
creation till the steps definitions, everything, rule based work, everything. If I'm explaining about the UI modeling, I will go ahead with the creating the custom UIPP, how to inbuilt into the standard UI, or how to enhance that one, how to customize, how to CBA that one, this kind of stuff. Okay, like it's I can say uh, what I can say. I mean to say it's not scattered way kind of thing. It's end to end. I can say, if at all if I'm trying to configure some search view kind of thing, how to create a search view from very scratch. It's not about the enhancing the standard. It's trying to create a custom search view from the very beginning. Search methods. Okay, for how it differs for the material master and custom BP kind of thing. Or if at all if I'm talking about the like duplicate check, how to configure that one. Every entire things from the I can say like the yeah.
Um, and are you covering all three in this tutorial? Are you covering all three data models like OG or MM and BP? Correct me. So,
Uh,
are or
yes,
or
Sachin. So I will tell
are you?
you. Okay, see, coming to the point of explanation, all three will be covered. Okay, for example, if at all if I'm trying to do some operation. Okay, if I'm imagine that I'm you I understand that you're already having MDG knowledge. So just I'm getting into that area a little bit. So you are having a business roles. Okay, business rules, some validations of the derivation. So even if at all, if I'm doing that particular validations and derivations on the finance data model or the or the BP data model, it's same. If there is slight difference in case of like finance, I will be stating that one. Okay, or we are having the additions over there, so I will be stating. If something is so common for all the three, I will not take the same pinpoint, the same demonstration for each and every like a data model and show that one. Okay, so if there is a really significant difference kind of thing, I'll be showing that one, or else I will be picking up one, okay, which is very good to understand and adapt to the concept. Okay, for example, again I'm saying this one, we are having a search screen. Okay, when the manage customer or the manage material or the manage cost center, we are having a search screen. If at all, if you are seeing for material master, the if you create a search method completely scratch from the HANA search view or the method, it's different when compared with the BP data model and the finance data, because over there is a communicator concept over there. In the UI modeling, you need to do some enhancement, whereas in related, you don't need to do the enhancement. So in this case, there's a difference, right? So I will be picking two and trying to do this comparison. But if something is so common in all the three modules, I will go with any of the one data model. I will state that this is what you see the difference.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
And we are practicing in SAP Fiori, right? Like NWBC or Fiori tool, demo software.
See, whether it's a NWBC or the Fury, again the backend it's a WebDin Pro and FPM only. Okay, so it's just a encapsulation how you see in the front end. Okay, and anyhow, like in order you're asking this question, it's a 2023 server only. Okay, S4 HANA 2023 version. You will be having the Fury enabled only. No issues on that one.
Okay, Kumar. So thank you so much. That's all from me.
Thank you. Okay, if no question from any of other participants, we can conclude this demo session.